Now, I am always in the look for players for West Ham to potentially sign. So when one of my own scouting report suggestions actually makes headline news and West Ham is then linked with the player, I'm always going to tweet, "Oh, I made a video about him," or "Oh, I saw that before you, West Ham." Because it's actually happened. It's actually happened yet again, might I add. And the news is that West Ham United is now in the running to sign Icelandic international attacking midfielder Albert Gudmundsson. The 26-year-old plays his club football for Genoa in Serie A and is also linked with a move to other clubs in Italy, especially Juventus and Inter Milan. This is a guy who actually has a lot of strong footballing ties because his great-grandfather played for Arsenal in the 1940s, his father and maternal grandfather also played in Iceland and scored goals for the national team. In that sense, Albert Gudmundsson Jr., I think I should call him, because I think he's just got another Albert Gudmundsson down the line, is the third of his family to score for Iceland. Also worth adding, West Ham has Dagny as the captain of the women's team. So could she put a word in for us? She's a West Ham fan. She's Icelandic. She plays for West Ham. Probably she can put a word in for him about the club. So Dagny Brynjar's daughter, while she's on maternity leave, should be doing that. He played in Iceland's only World Cup to date as well, in the 2018 World Cup. I remember it because I actually bought an Iceland jersey from Reykjavik Airport when that was going on. As for his club career, Gudmundsson's played for PSV in the Netherlands. He scored 18 goals in the 2016-17 season while he was still a teenager. And then he moved to AZ Alkmaar in 2018. He moved to Genoa in 2022. As a player, he has pace, skill, ball control, intelligence, and a high footballing IQ. This guy likes to be a direct attacker of the ball. If I'm looking down, it's because I actually have my book here as reference. He's quicker and quite a dynamic forward. He crosses the ball with both feet, which I do like in players. He also shows great ball control, which helps him to dribble past players, keep the ball, and keep attackers in line with him. He's also occasionally been their penalty taker for Genoa. And he scored a hat-trick the other day for the Iceland national team. Who was Iceland playing? I've forgotten. But he scored a hat-trick. We need to get somebody who can really be a higher level up than Benrahma, but not as, shall we say, a grafter as Paquetá. Benrahma played mainly as a winger, and as time passed, he started to thin out in that position. We need someone who can actually act as another attacking midfielder and give an option in those multiple positions. If you have, say it again, another multi-role position, it gives you options across the board. Gudmundsson can play on either side of the wing and usually plays in the 10 role. We want someone who can attack straight down the middle. This guy can do it. I'm glad to hear that he's actually been linked with a move to West Ham because it shows one thing. Someone's paying attention to me. I'd like to think that anyway. And also, we're starting to look into serious players. Tim Steighton's already doing some work to look into players, and I'm pleased to hear that. Gudmundsson certainly could be a very good player to help us out. I don't think we've ever had an Icelandic player play for West Ham before in the men's team. Hólmar Jolfsson back in 2009, that's a football manager knowledge coming through, played for our academy, but I'm not sure he ever made a first team appearance. So Albert could be a West Ham player. Oh, and there's also a very strong reference to Cockneyness because Albert's a common Cockney name, isn't it? Uncle Albert from Only Fools and Horses. God, it just all makes sense.